Hey, hello. Nice to see you all in the room already. Right, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about tonight. Just want you all to know that I'm okay. Can you all tell me if you can hear me okay? Hi, Tessie. Hi, Saxa. Hi, Leona. Hi, Phil. Hi, Mary. Outside the boxing. Hi, Pat. I'm trying to quickly flick through these all. Hi, Chris. Rainbow Soup Gardener. Hello. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Pam. Hi, Dimples. Carmel. Hi, Laureen. And Scrappy Medorino. Okay, as I say, I hope you could hear me all okay. I'm doing okay. Just pressing forward and doing what I can, really. Lovely to see you all. Hi, good enough. I hear you fine. Sending you love from Illinois. I keep you in my thoughts and love your videos. Thank you so much. That's really nice of you to say so. As I say, I'm still lisping a little bit and a slight whistle, but as long as you can understand what I'm saying, that's the main thing. Oh, thank you, Leona. Thank you. So I hope I said hello to everyone. If you all don't mind, I'll quickly say hello to everybody on the members list so I don't forget. So we've got Linda Jacko, Mother Wolf, Ellen Fisher, Gaz Gazia, Maxine Ray, Anne Lockie, Deborah Barnes, Nina Moir, Blue Nines 1, BCTV, a different videographer with opinions, Bridget, hi, Denise McGuinness, Shelley Bean, and our new member, Beth Grant DeRuse. So, hi, thank you all for being members. I'm just about to make a new video just for the members club, and I have promoted it today on the community page. It just comes up as like an email address, a video link. It didn't actually produce the full link that I thought it might have. It just actually showed the blue link, but if you click on it, it takes you into what the membership page is. I'm sorry if I'm promoting it, but it's something I will probably need from here on in. So I'm very grateful for all the members that we do have at the moment and the patience of all of you with me. I know there's been many days I haven't produced videos, and I'm hoping to pull that back and do as many as I can. So I'm working on getting back to daily videos. That's okay, Jane. You've been busy, love. That's the best way to do it, Phil. Phil's saying she's going to take screenshots of the wild garlic leaves just to be safe. And then beyond that, actually make sure that you see the whole leaf and look for things like lily of the valley. And as I mentioned on the video, the lords and ladies, and see a comparison of the leaves so you know what to look for, so you can filter those out and you won't get confused, because it's all very well picking it. The danger comes if you eat something you shouldn't eat. So really do make sure you familiarize yourself with anything that you're foraging or picking from the wilds. Hi, Christine. I'm in Lancashire, love, in the UK. Where are you? Cheshire? Well, that's not too far away. I'm actually in a town called Skelmersdale in Lancashire. So we're basically in the middle of Greater Manchester and Liverpool. So we're not too far. You can hear me loud and clear, Cassandra. Thank you. Yeah. We used to go to Cheshire to go to Cheshire Oaks and different places like that, as a day out really. Um, but yeah, Cheshire's not too far at all. I've never been to Newcastle. Never, no. I'd like to. What's in Newcastle, Christine? What would be the landmarks, or what would be a good day out to head there for? Well, we go to Preston quite a lot. My husband works not far from Preston. He's there daily. And of course, we used to be up at the fracking site, which is between Preston and Blackpool. Good enough saying that my grandparents were from Lancashire region, grandma from Radcliffe and grandpa from Preston. Hi, Jan. Did you, Karen? Where did you go? Primer Midlife is saying, I waved to you when I saw the signpost on my way south last week, lol. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the Angel of the North. I've seen quite a few pictures of it. Is it just literally in a roundabout? Nest and Whittle. Right, okay. Went all the way down to Falmouth. So you got a wave on the way there and a way back. Gooey! I can imagine in the car doing it as well, love. So today and the last few days, I've been chasing the dehydrator. So, as you know, I got the 2 boxes of the parsley, one the flat leaf and the other one the curly, which Cadel donated to me when we went shopping together. So I got through all the flat leaf, and I literally got half of that jar that I was showing you all that I was putting it in. So I will decant that into a smaller jar because obviously I don't want too much air in the jar to affect it. So I'll decant that into a smaller jar, and I'm working my way through the curly. But unfortunately, some of it's been left too long, some of it's been damp. So I'm sieving out the good from the bad. So I probably won't get as much from the curly parsley as I did from the flat leaf. So another small jar, jam jar size. Those ones I got from the Hobbycraft with the gold lids, because I can vacuum seal both of those, so they'll be sufficient for me to use. And I also dehydrated 2 trays of the garlic that I picked yesterday. So yeah, the dehydrator is still going with the curly parsley in, and it's non-stop. Hi, Tessie. I've been watching your videos, love. I really enjoyed seeing the dresses on the washing line and the oldie worldy parts of the video, how the land would have been perceived, the I want to say period clothing, the clothing people would have worn in that era. And it was so lovely to watch. And I watched that bit a couple of times. I do appreciate your videos, but that feeling of seeing the oldie worldy part of your video at the end was so beautiful. Thank you for that. Hi, Barbara. Think we all do, Balmodel, yeah. Love her with all our heart. Okay, so what's happening in the world? What's it? Any questions? Any chat? What's everybody up to? What's everyone else dehydrating? Some have told me what they're doing. I haven't done any canning this week. Thank you, Coco. Hi, Lady Suda. I haven't done any canning this week. And I literally have just started weeding the front garden, so the border of the top garden, on the doorstep. Ooh, that sounds interesting, Lady Suda. What type of food are you having delivered? Obviously, with the new teeth. I tried to eat I tried to eat some of the garlic bread last night, and I found it really difficult, crunching, being able to chew it really. I'm not used to the sensation, etc. So I just had a small taster, and then what you could see on the plate on the picture I posted on the community tab was mashed potatoes with mincemeat, sauce, gravy, some onions, etc., and different bits in it. And it was really soft food, but it was tasty and it was much more manageable. So for the next week or so, I'll be really just eating really soft foods. So I've had soup today for my evening meal. I had porridge for breakfast. That's all about today. Copious amounts of coffee, which is me all over, and not eating a lot. Hi, Bridget. You okay, love? Take your time. So Jane dehydrated some basil and parsley. Brilliant. Brilliant. I dehydrated some basil a month or two ago now, but I'm working my way through it. Oh, Chinese food. What's your order? I like char siu, and the meaty options, really. So Cadden's saying, my daughter's just phoned to say that the Asda reduced section has been really full when she was in just now. Not noted this time on a Saturday night. Now I've noted this time on a Saturday night is good. Yeah, yeah. You see, a lot of people, if they've got the finances, will be settling down at home, or getting ready to go out or visit friends, whatever. They won't necessarily be going to look for the whoopsies or going to look for the different things. So Saturday night probably is a good night if you've got the time spare and you're not going to Patrick's. So yeah, it would be a good night. Oh, that's okay, Phil. You can still can just for yourself, because if you can something, you can can it in just a single person portion size. And that's there sufficiently. Then you've got, half cooked or fully cooked meals ready for yourself, and you've literally got to heat it through thoroughly. That's what I enter to, we're still living together at the moment. We're still in the house together at the moment, but I don't know how long that will last. So it's not going to stop me still preserving the food. And should I have to eat just single portions, then that's what I'll do in the future. I just saw a message then. What? Sesame seed toast and spring rolls. That sounds delicious. Good Enough says, I need to plant my snow peas. I live in zone 6A, southeast Illinois. Hope it will be okay to plant my seeds now. I'm not familiar with those zones, Good Enough, so I'm not too sure. I tried to work out what our zone would be classed as, from the Garden and Focus site that I use just as a guide and sometimes for a little advice. Mine was equated to a zone 3, but we really, excuse me, as a rule, we really don't use zones. We just go by where we are, Lancashire, for example, or, down south or whatever, So I'm not too hot on zones and I don't know how they work really. Oh, thank you. I actually got this from a charity stall within one of the initiatives locally, and it was just £1, and I'm loving the vibrancy of the colour, and it's so warm, so thank you so much. New to me is new, and I'm quite happy with it, and it's in really good condition, so thank you for that. So I am cutie. I am cutie. There is a way to can meals in portion size you would normally eat as one. It's only my husband and I, so instead of canning single products, I can usually in pint size. That's it. And then if you put that in the fridge, you can still skip a day and have it the day after, so you don't continually have to have the same meal. It's the best way to be. Good enough. New to me is new to me. I think I've mentioned before, I used to have a friend who was a neighbour, and basically I would bag off what I was not intending to wear, quite bored of wearing, and she would do the same, and we'd swap bags, and then it was new to me and new to her, and we had a new load of clothing, and we did that for a number of years. Unfortunately, she moved too far away to be able to continue to do that. So yeah, I'm back to charity shops and initiative tables and stalls, but I'm very happy with the quality that I find there. If I bring it home, I clean it, it smells good and it looks good, I'm happy. I'm not on the catwalk, I'm not a fashion icon, but I like things to look nice, and I live alone and I freeze single servings, says Good Enough. I use all my leftovers. I can't stand to waste. Me too. Not when there are families that go without, especially families with children. That's exactly the point, waste not, want not is the philosophy, isn't it, guys? If we can make the most of what we've got and we can stretch it a little bit further, all those pennies saved are pennies extra for what we need. Hi, Natalie. I like to put names to some of the tag names that we have. And sometimes I'm really good at remembering names, and sometimes I'm not. So, yeah, it's really nice to know your first name. Thank you. I actually, Good Enough says I gave up the catwalk at age 5. I actually did a short amount of modelling when I was 21 till about 23. I did a modelling course, and had a portfolio put together and did a little bit of modelling at that time. I had quite short hair and a bob, and it was dyed Titian, which is like a reddy, coppery colour before it became fashionable or unfashionable, however you perceive it. And I did a little bit of work at that time. Nothing major, nothing got published, nothing, just a few shows and a few different things, but I really enjoyed it at the time. Yeah. Thank you, Carolyn. Well, that's the best way, and then the dog's fed as well, and that saves you money with the dog food, and it keeps the dog happy. That's the best way, Bridget. Never seen one what in the shops, Phil? I'm trying to have to go up and down and back and forth so I can keep up with the conversation. Don't like to miss out on anything. What haven't you seen in the shops, Phil? Some of you in America, Tessie told me, and another lady told me that the garlic bread, look, I keep saying it, that the wild garlic I went to pick yesterday was quite different to what you have over there. And I'm thinking it's probably just a different strain, like the parsley I have the flat parsley and the curly parsley. I'm thinking it's probably the same. I'd love one of you to share a picture of what your wild garlic looks like, so I can actually see the difference as well, because I've heard a couple of you mention it, but I've not actually seen your version of it. So that would be nice for me to see as well, if anybody could share a picture at some point of it with me. Dehydration kit. I know somebody, I bought mine off Amazon. They have them on eBay. And some people in America find them in thrift shops and different things. I've never actually seen a dehydrator here in a charity shop at all. And at one point I was gifted a dehydrator. So I had two. At that point, I don't know why, but I thought I wouldn't have a need for two. So I did like a promotion raffle thing on the channel, and the channel was a lot smaller than it is now. I think we had about 100 subscribers at that time, and it was a local lady not far to me, so I could actually hand deliver it. Actually won the dehydrator, and she decided to make things like potpourri in it, with her rose petals and things out the garden like that. And she's still using it to this day, and I was really happy that it was, you know, someone who'd get good use out of it. But sometimes I think I could actually use a second dehydrator right now, especially when I've got the abundance I've had this week. Oh, you're in Ireland, Phil. Oh, right. Yeah. Amazon will be your best bet, or check on eBay and look for the best deal. As I say, I saw one on Amazon a couple of nights ago, and the cheapest one was £33. Now my one is the cheapest version, so it's more than sufficient. I say, if you have a lot more money, there are bigger and better kinds. You know, I can only dream of these square ones, and you know, you can fit like, I don't know, it looks like 15 trays to me or something. I literally have 5 trays to mine, but it depends on how much you can invest in it. But £33 is an absolute bargain for a 5 tray dehydrator. But if you can get one cheaper, that's even better. Thank you. Good enough. That's a really nice thing of you to say. I love being here, and to have the conversation, albeit through comments, the nice atmosphere is a real bonus to me, especially right at this moment. Yeah, it's nice to have the communication. It's nice to be nice. Yeah, give me an excuse to smile right now. Yeah, a small one would be fine. Yeah. As I say, the £33 ones are generally like my one. So there'll be a hole in the centre. So you will have recently seen someone gifted me the liners. And I'm sorry, I don't know how much they are. I presume they're on Amazon. But failing that, I use parchment paper on mine and just excuse me, just cut out a disc shape and cover the hole, and then you can use that then to lay on, you know, things like we're actually dehydrating at the moment. But yeah, like you said earlier, it's quite easy to do it in the oven as well. You know, just do it on a cookie sheet in the oven, leave the door slightly ajar. When the heat comes and we've got the good weather, on the window ledge is sufficient, through the glass window, in your car, on the dashboard, on a metal tray, and they'll dry in no time in the summer heat. You know, there are other ways of doing it. But all year round, having a dehydrator there and being able to just use it is a godsend, really. Oh, thank you, Willow Grove. Thank you. So Good Enough says, I was thinking that with what you are living through, a community is so important. As for Amazon, can you buy anything but a houseboy? I'm not sure what a houseboy is, Good Enough. If you could tell me what a houseboy is, might be able to add to that. You can buy anything but a houseboy. Phil's laughing, so I'm presuming it's a joke, or I don't know. In the summer house, they would dry out well there too. Do what, Bridget? That's a fab idea. I've just I've just bought some liners from Amazon, and I think they are about £8 for 6 silicone ones. I haven't tried them yet, as they only come yesterday. They're brilliant, Jane. I'm really, really sorry. My memory is really bad, but the lady who gifted me them has given me such a blessing, because I've not got to keep cutting these discs off the parchment paper. So that's saved me, a lot of money there already. They can be rewashed, reused. I'm finding even when the garlic or the parsley is so brittle, it's not falling through the holes. They fit my dehydrator absolutely perfectly, and I feel so blessed with the gift because they're getting used non-stop, so it's fabulous. Oh, I'm sorry, Mary Beth. I thought I had all the timings ready for, had all the timings right. It was 9 p.m. UK time. Again, my memory's shot. And I tried to put any variations of times for Canada, America, East side, West side. I'm sorry if I haven't got your one right, love. So Pam's asking, Marianne, are you dehydrating onions and garlic inside or outside the house because of the smell? Do you know, I've been asked that question before. And we're having rainfall here constantly. So for me to set up a dehydrator outside just wouldn't be suitable. So yeah, it's all taking place in the kitchen. There are smells. I'm not really bothered about the garlic smell from the wild garlic. I'm quite enjoying it in the kitchen. It's not protruding to the rest of the house. I can spray some vinegar, I can spray some air freshener. I've got my perfume on and my body scents, and I'm okay with the smells inside the house. Obviously, when I come to pick a lot more of it, and I'm going to be doing a lot of the garlic because I want to build up a garlic powdered collection to last me through the year, and I'm going to do a few more jars of the crumbly garlic. So I will be dehydrating quite a lot of garlic. Now I'll see how intense that gets within the house, and if it does spread to other rooms. If it just stays in the kitchen, I'm not too bothered about that. I'm okay. I don't mind food smells. If it was a dirty smell, or if it was something uncomfortable, then yeah, fine. I'd probably try and address that and look for a different way of doing it. But I don't mind food smells in the kitchen. If they went and were too much in a bedroom or something like that, as the warmer weather comes through now, I will be opening a window. Obviously, at the moment, it's still not warm enough to do that for long term whilst I'm dehydrating. But just on a different note, what I did do today was, you can still see my bottle of cleaner there. What I did do today was remove all the bubble wrap off the windows. The sun was shining through glorious this morning, and I wanted to harvest that as much as I could in the house. And I wanted to start seeing out the window to see what work I can do and start in the back garden. So I removed all the bubble wrap, from the windows. I cleaned all the window frames and I got to work. setting it out. So I've still got to finesse it a little bit more and give it another going over. But I'm quite happy that all the bubble wrap's off now. I've folded up the bubble wrap. I've kept it to one side, and that will be used again next year. So it'll go away, nothing wasted, frugal to the end, and that will be there ready to again to use next time. I still don't know what this houseboy is good enough. I'm a lady of a certain age too. I think we all are. Lady Suda, we just mentioned it. The dehydrated, the cheap version that I have is about £33 on Amazon. Oh, I've just lost that comment. I did the bubble wrap also. Have you taken yours off, Mary Beth? As I say, I've just taken mine off today. And this evening, I'm not noticing any drastic cold or any, big difference. So I thought it was the right time. It's the 1st of April, and I thought it was the right time to remove it for me today. It does. It's a positive. Willow Grove saying, yes, lovely, let the light in. It makes you feel so much better. And it did, I played some music today, set to cleaning. As I did the window frames, took the bubble wrap off, brushed and mopped through and cleaned some kitchen tiles whilst I'm in between sorting out the dehydrator and plodding on. And yeah, it was lovely to have the daylight in today and just relax. I say relax, I was very busy, but relaxed whilst I was doing it. I Am Cutie says, Lady Suda, it depends on where you live and the availability to buy one used or buying one new. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you can get a used one at a cheaper price, that's all the better. Mary Beth's just taken her bubble wrap off as well. Yeah. Where are you, Mary Beth? Are you in the UK or are you somewhere else? It's so useful, but to be in a frugal kitchen, I think you do need a dehydrator. It's so valuable. You don't have to dehydrate vast amounts. You can just do one tray's worth or half a tray's worth, and you can just build up your collection as and when you are able to get it, or what's left over in the fridge that you don't want to waste. So Creative Beauty says, I love my dehydrator, but I'm in the US, so not sure price differences. I haven't checked recently, but last time I checked, I think it was £1.20 to the dollar. So if you add 33 20 pences to each dollar, 33 20 cents to each dollar, you'll get your amount. So what will that be? £1, £2, £3. So you're talking about $36, $37. I hope that's right. My maths isn't the best, but I should imagine about $37 off Amazon. So Rhonda was saying. Rhonda saying, my grandfather always foraged for ramps. It's that the same as wild garlic, garlicky flavour. Ramps and wild garlic are the same thing. It's just a different title. But as we were discussing earlier, there seems to be different genus of them. And some are saying they look quite different to the one I forage here. As I say, I'm quite curious to see what that looks like. I'd be really interested to see what that looks like. Just me being nosy, but I'd like to see it. Crank up the volume and enjoy Mary Ann. Very nice, Bridget. Thank you. It is, Jan. That's what I was saying. That it's a bit like postcodes, but more aerial. So it'd be like Lancashire, Liverpool, London, and then we've got different areas in Scotland that'll have different ones, etc. So, yeah. I think the bigger than a postcode area, I think it's more of a I'm not sure how many zones they have in America. Is it 8 or 9 gardening, planting weather zones? I got so Dragon Lady saying, "I got rid of the Nesco dehydrator and got a Cosy box style. I can do so much more in less time." Very good. I won't be replacing mine until it needs replacing, but if I find another one in the meantime, I will be adding to it now, and I won't be raffling the next one off. Ah, you're in Ohio. Yeah. So Homestead Tessie is saying, there are 80 people watching, but only 50 some thumbs up. Thumbs up is very important for YouTube channel for the algorithm. Can you all thumbs up, please? It doesn't cost you anything. Thank you so much, Tessie. Thumbs up, everyone, if you can, please. Every little helps. You know, I really so much appreciate all your support. You, Tessie, and everyone, you know, I really appreciate all your support. It's so fabulous how people take it upon themselves to help me and to be so encouraging, because I was quite nervous about doing a live stream. If Karen's still with us, Karen offered to step in and do a live stream with me tonight, and I was so appreciative she did. But I thought it's time I stood on my own 2 feet. I'm probably going to have to do it at some stage. Karen doesn't like doing live streams all the time. She is okay to do the odd one here and there. And as I say, I really appreciated the offer, but when I put the post on the community tab today to ask what people thought about me doing a live stream, the response was lovely, you know. It did make me smile, and I thought, well, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about, but generally on a Saturday night, we just go from subject to subject and we discuss many topics, you know, what's going on in the world or in our hearts or in our minds or in our kitchens and gardens, whatever comes up, mostly food. And I thought, well, why not? You know, let's get on with it. I'm going to do it at some point, so let's do it tonight. So thank you all. I really appreciate it. Ah, finally got my answer. A houseboy is like a pool boy. Rhonda, I'm more giggling at the I don't know what to call them. The picture with the guy with the glasses on. Is that you eyeing the pool boy or the houseboy? Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Karen. A manservant would be a big help right now. Probably couldn't afford him, though. I'd rather do it myself. We all have our particular ways, don't we? We like to fold things a certain way. We like things to be placed in drawers a certain way. We get finicky, don't we, after a while of when we're used to doing it ourselves. Help is nice, but sometimes we have to still go back and readdress it and do it the way we like it, because we like things done our own way. When Mum was alive, I used to have a lady. I was running the cafe at that point, and I was working really long hours. I was working 12 to 16 hours a day, stocking the cafe, working in the cafe, cleaning the cafe, staying open late hours to try and catch trade later in the evening. And so at that point, I was able to afford an ironing lady. So a lovely lady, Amanda, used to come and do my ironing for me. I had the boys at home then, and it was mine and my husband's work gear and casual clothes, uniforms, different things. Boys' outfits are numerous that they wear within a week. The ironing lady did everything for me. She was absolutely fabulous. And she also went to mum's for me one day a week, and she would hoover through, do mum's iron and clean the fridge out and do different things. But you could guarantee I'd have to refold those clothes and I'd have to refold mum's. But, you know, the help she gave me was fabulous because I didn't have the time to go through all that ironing. But the refolding, I made time to fit that in because I like my things folded in a certain way. Strange what habits we have, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Caroline. Good to see you here, love, too. Yeah, Rhonda, some people have, I think it was Tessie said earlier, hair ramps look more like chives, and a few have said that. As I say, if any of you get a chance, send me a pic. So good enough saying, I was married for many years and had help, but alas, I like to do things my own way. He died many years ago. I didn't kill him either, though at times I fancied it. Oh, I'm sorry to giggle, love, but I suppose you're giggling with me. Yeah. May you rest in peace. Yeah, we do. We just get like that after a while. We like it our way. Yeah. The problem with help is that you have to pick up before they come. That's it. I always said, you know, if the cleaning lady was coming, I had to get up an hour earlier and make sure the kitchen was immaculate and everything was in its right place because you didn't want to make a show of yourself, did you? Oh, thank you, Rachel. Lovely to have you here, hon. Oh, that's great. See, everyone's listening, Tessie. Everyone's putting the thumbs up and clicking the like icon. I don't know what that is, Saxa. I just watched the Patricia lady from UK who did her husband documentary today, actually. I don't know what that is. Yeah, Rhonda, a lot of people here are actually being directed to me through Tessie and her lovely recommendation, and I will be forever grateful. Yeah, we love her. So Karen's saying, oh yes, I'm very aware of accepting a cup of tea from someone in case they put the milk in first. Never put the milk in first, Karen. I'd make you a good cup of tea, love. Oh, that's lovely. See, Linda Jacko is saying, Cadden turned me onto you, Marianne, onto Marianne's channel. Thank you, Cadden. Yeah. Thanks, Cadden, and I am grateful. Pam says, if I can find it again, I'll email you and Tessie a picture of the child-looking things in my yard soon to get advice if they're good to forage. I might know everything in your region. Tessie may be more familiar. I'm really just curious, Pam, having a look at it and seeing, you know, what the differences are in the genus of it. Yvette's asking, are my sons coming round to help me out? They're not at the moment and they're keeping out of it, and I respect their choices, and I don't expect them to be involved in any shape or form. As I say, we're still living together at the moment. I'd like to say we're communicating. I keep trying, and I'd like to hope that one day we'll communicate before either of us would decide to leave, but that's in the God's hands, and I'm really not sure what will happen in the future. Oh, I didn't know that, Bridget. Ah, see, Karen, thank you again. You brought Bridget to me. Thank you, everyone. I sure do feel it was a rough week, but I'm so thankful for all of you. And we're thankful for you, love. Oh. I like milk in my brew. Everyone's having a chat now about whether you put the milk in first or second. I personally put the milk in second, but I like milk in my coffee. That's a good question. So Sax is asking, has anyone been a squad leader on Olio? I actually considered it a while ago, Saxa. Thought I'd actually enjoy doing it. But it's a lot of work. You have to collect the food yourself. You have to be available of an evening for people to come to your home to collect them. In the current environment within the home, it's not really suitable to be dependent on asking someone to go and make that collection every day. Should things change, maybe I'll look at that again. But being a non-driver, it's not something I can personally do. Is it something you do, Sax? Are you a squad leader? Olio is amazing. And if Olio isn't as big in your area, and you could be a squad leader, which means collect the food and make it available to people in your community. You just upload it to the Olio site. It draws a map. People contact you and request that food, and then they come. You can either leave a bag outside your home, or you can allow them to knock and collect it that way. It just means it's available in your area. I'll meet you one day, Bridget. Bridget says, once you meet BCTV, you'll never forget the experience. I imagine having a cup of coffee in your front room there and having a natter. Green tea. I know quite a few people who drink the green tea or the organic teas. Excuse the pun, it's not my cup of tea. I can't pull away from my coffee. I've tried to trim it down and trim it down. I'm a proper coffee addict. Oh, that sounds interesting, Leona. Leona says she did a little bit of rebel canning today. Dry tortellini with Alfredo sauce, fingers crossed. So when you say so did you just do dry tortellini on its own and then separately the Alfredo sauce? I presume you haven't put the dry tortellini in with the Alfredo sauce. I presume you've done two separate lots. I like tortellini and I like Alfredo sauce as well. So Sax is saying she's just joined the Olio and can only collect food for 3 times. And so 4 days there's food sat at Iceland not being collected, trying to find ways to get people to collect the other 4 days. What area are you in, Saxa? Where are you? Maybe put on one of your local pages, whether it be free sites or something like that, that you're actually, I can't remember the word, the leader, one of the people that are actually collecting and making the food available. And maybe just put a little post and just say many more are needed. Could you see yourself doing this, or is this something you could do? Just expands the areas, because there are people who would be gladly using it and coming using that food if it was available to them. So yeah, and I understand, why should food be sat there for 4 days? A lot of it's perishable food, isn't it? Yeah, I'd put a little post on one of the local pages and try and encourage someone else to join you in doing what you're doing. Caramel Dimples is saying another good app is Too Good To Go. You have to collect those parcels too, though. I used Too Good To Go a few times. I tried it out the first time and I got an abundance. I think I paid £3.50 to £4, something like that. And I went to a small outlet. Our one was basically, there's a petrol station and then there's a few units, and within there you have 3 or 4 small units in one big shop. And at the end of the day, they're Too Good To Go bags. So it's basically what hasn't sold that day or the last couple of days. They'll parcel up in a carrier bag and you can go and purchase that, or you book it online for £3.50 to £4, whatever the price is now. And you don't know what's going to be in the bag. So you get this carrier bag and you take it home again and you take everything out and look and discover what you've got. Now, I'd say the first time it was worth my money. And there was a few things I could make meals out of over the next couple of days. There was a few lunches we could use, over the next couple of days, and a couple of snacks. The second time, it wasn't worth my money at all. There was nothing that there was 2 or 3 bits in it that I could use, so I'd really spent over the odds. And the third time, the quality of what was in the bag just wasn't suitable. Now, I hear other people saying they loved them and they're quite happy with what they get in them. It just depends what you like to eat. And I don't know, to me, the £3.50 to £4 wasn't spent well. The first time was okay, the second 2 were not. And I've never been back. So you're in the Scottish Borders, Saxa. So what area would that be? As I say, Cadden's quite interested in doing that, Cadden from Prime and Midlife, but she's saying the shops are too far away. So what area of Scotland are you in? I'm sorry, I don't know the geography. Is it Architrade you're in, Cadden? So, so good enough saying, we're fortunate here in Olney, Illinois, a small community, only 9,000 people, but we have several food banks here. On any given day, there's at least one food bank open. Donations only if you can. That's fabulous. That's absolutely fabulous. It's great to donate. And it's also great to help with taking the surplus away as well. Both things are useful and amicable help. Because if they've too much left over at the end of the evening, or the end of the day, the end of the week, they only have to dispose of it, and sometimes they have to pay to do that, or they have to find the facilities to enable to take that. So donating and taking away the surplus at the end, they're both useful actions. That's great, Saxa. Keep sharing it and see what other people say. That's the best thing you can do. Oh, Mary Miles is saying, I saw Cadden's channel on my feed a few months ago and then found Mary Ann when they did the live stream together. I love that we can meet others with the same thinking and have great info to share. That's it. Like-mindedness goes a long, long way, doesn't it? You know, support and positivity for all of us. You know, we meet lots of people and we end up feeling and knowing that we become friends, you know, and that's such a blessing to think, you know, the situation I'm in and others are in, that we have a community and we have a friendship, you know, and it's Saturday night, we can sit here, we can have a natter, we can smile, we can communicate with each other, and it's such a blessing for all of us, you know. None of us are alone, no matter what we're going through, no matter what's happening in the climate, in the world, whatever, we've still got each other, even if it is on a video screen. I've kind of come away from the looking to see what's happening in the world politically, and I haven't really taken much heed. I didn't really want to fill my head with any negativity and worry. I wanted to just try and stay positive as much as I could. My hair's looking awful. Stay positive as much as I could and stay upbeat. And I felt it was in my interest not to really pay much heed to what's going on politically, what's going on a lot of the outside world. So I'm probably missing quite a lot of what's happening, really. So forgive me if I'm not talking about topical things at the moment, because I'm probably not aware of an awful lot. I do know the bank things are imminent. So we've been talking about the digitalisation coming in pretty soon. We knew that Blackstone Bank had gone. We know that there's a lot of difficulties and a lot of the umbrella banks under some of these larger banks. And now there are fears that the cash machines and withdrawing cash will have problems. Now, I tend to use cash as much as possible, and although I do have a credit card, I try not to use it unless I have to, you know, a bigger purchase or buying something online, etc. But recently I did try and withdraw some cash from what we call a hole in the wall, you know, a card machine, and it rejected, and I only tried to get £100 and it wouldn't allow me. I say only £100 is an awful lot of money to me, but I tried to get £100 out and it wouldn't let me. I just wanted cash and to be independent, not have to ask for money, and to be able to be on my own 2 feet and have money for what I needed, and it wouldn't let me. So the shops I went into thereafter, I was able to put the card in and just spend £5s and £10 here and there and put my PIN number in, but it wouldn't let me withdraw £100 from a cash machine, and that's here in the UK. So, you know, that's just me personally saying that I had a difficulty with, but the consensus across the board at the moment is we're going to have bigger problems withdrawing any cash from bank accounts, and we're only going to be able to do it digitally, and it's meant to be imminent. So whether that's weeks, months, I can't see it being any longer than a month or two. Right, okay, so you're a good distance away from Perthshire. Right, okay. See, I've no clue about the geography in Scotland, Saxa. I just thought if there was a link, maybe you could sort of, you know, made a connection between yourselves and seeing if there was anything that could be done to open it up in Perthshire would be a fabulous thing, because it would make it available to so many more different people than you see. So PJK says, we have a stand market each Wednesday. You pay what you can, all free, fresh vegetables, fruit and bread. That's absolutely wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. And pay as you can is, a fantastic opportunity for people who don't have money. But for those of us that can, whether it's a nominal payment, whether it's a couple of pounds, whatever, that's what refunds them to get that stock again to replenish, to be able to give those who haven't even got the pounds, the 50 pence or something to make a donation with. If you're struggling and you are reading things like this and you have these facilities available and you're feeling proud and you're thinking, well, I can't take for free. If you've got 20 pence in your purse, if you've got 10 pence in your purse, if you've got a handful of, we'd call it slummy, copper coins, dimes, pennies, cents, whatever it is, and you've got that, and you think it's next to nothing, so long as you're making a jingle in the bucket or a jingle in the tub or whatever it is, and that stops you from feeling the proudness of not being able to take it for nothing, then do that. Do that. But go and get that food that you need. If it's available to you, do not stop yourself from taking it. It's there for a reason, and you're the reason. We're all people, we're all human, we all need to eat. Please do not deprive yourself from taking something that is heartfelt, offered for free. And if you do have coppers and you want to put the coppers in, do that. Do that. But if you haven't got the coppers, please go and please still get the food. It's there for a reason. Near Carlisle. Right, okay. I'm too cutie. What are you saying about the bicarb? I've missed it again. I think that's the best way, Pam, because, fear and negativity takes over, and then we dwell on these things, then we're trying to preempt what that actually means and what the truth is behind it. When we're in a good place, sometimes we don't want to let that in and we just want to stay in that good place, which is okay. But we have to keep tabs, but we have to pace ourselves, and we have to give ourselves the mental space, the mental maturity to know when to stay away. But we do have to monitor these things. We just have to pace ourselves. At the moment, I can't deal with it. At the moment, I've got a lot going on and I can't deal with it. I'm sure in a day or two, I'll have a peep in at this or a peep in at that, and then I'll back off again. I'll pace myself. And I think from what you've just said there, you're doing the same. So Bridget's saying cash machines are being shut down, Marianne. 300 a day are refusing to give cash. It's diabolical. It's diabolical. That's our money and we want access to it. Keep cash. That's true, Caroline. Quite a lot of places aren't taking cash anymore, but it's lovely to see. Every now and again, you see a sign in the shop, cash only. I really love to see that. Yes, Phil, me too. I won't use the card, cash only, and pay up front and save for anything else. It's difficult because obviously bills have to be paid through the bank. Certain things, purchasing off the internet, etc. You've got to do that through the card, and there's certain things that I'm still having to buy off the internet, canning stuff and different things for food preservation that I can't buy in the shops. But yeah, if I can't get the cash out the wall to be able to go and spend the cash, then I've got no choice but to use that card. And that's me in the food initiatives. That's me fighting the system, using the food initiatives, fighting the system, trying to shop in all these different other places. charity shops, etc. The last thing I want to do is go into a charity shop and use a credit card. I want to go into a charity shop and give them my pounds, shillings and pence. I want to give them the cash. It's real money. It's, if we can't get the cash out of the wall, totally depends on that card. So Tessie's saying, it's just like lately, I cannot accept it and have it in my life. Emotionally, I just can't take it. I don't like listening to it or hearing about it. I take care of all my family and I take care of them because I know what's going on. I just don't want to fill my mind with it, and it doesn't do any good. And it gets to the point where people are just obsessed with it, and I just can't. I completely get that, Tessie. I completely get that. Sometimes, personally, for me, I have to monitor certain things. I say monitor, be aware of what's being put in the public domain. I don't watch all the news shows. I don't read newspapers. I don't do all that kind of thing. But I look to see what's being discussed in the truthers circuit, news highlights through the internet, whatever, what's topical, what's imminent, what's prominent. Sometimes I like to stay abreast of that information just so I can make my own judgment of it and work out how I feel about it, because obviously a lot of us have known, not absolute detail, but known a lot of what's come to us now has been coming for a long, long time. To not stay abreast of that would be foolish for me, because I need to have a balance in my head of how I feel. It's just how I function personally, it's no reflection on anyone else. But I have thoughts and opinions, and I've a mindset, and I've known about injections coming for a long time, Mark of the Beast coming for a long time, different things. And it's here now, it's relevant, we can call it the Bible, we can call it end times, we can call it different things, religion, politics, different mindsets, whatever view we have of the world. We know the world is changing, the rules are changing, having cash is changing, being free is changing, and lots of different things. It's not positive. None of it is positive. It's crazy. All this has happened time immemorial, thousands of years, and then something else happens. And I thought the next disaster would be floods or fires or something like that, but this new reset is just enslavement and taking away our cash and freedom of choice, etc. And yet it's doom and gloom, and yeah, it's a lot of information that we don't want to take on board. But in order to keep living our life, we do have to go to the outside world to buy our groceries, regardless of where we buy them. We do have to go to medical facilities if something bad happened. We do have to go and visit family. We do have to do different things that involve going to the outside world, whether you're working, whether you're taking part in different activities. Tessie and I are pretty much the same. We don't leave home very often because we're home bugs, and we I'll go shopping possibly twice a week. And unless it's a medical appointment, a dental appointment, or wherever, I don't choose to leave home for other factors because I'm quite happy within my own space. I'm looking, do I have to readdress that now for my future? Do I have to find friendships within the real world? Do I have to stretch my wings, as it were? Am I being pulled in different directions in order to live out the rest of my days, and how to function there? These are questions that sit within ourselves. If I was able to live as a happily married woman for the rest of my days, my choice would probably still be to be a home bug, to just go out when necessary, to just go out and do what was needed, and not have to go out and find activities outside the home, find friendships outside the home, and do other things. But now, is my lifestyle changing? Will it be different in the future? I still don't know. I'm still questioning that. So for me, I have to reevaluate what's the outside world like for me to venture out, for me to find friends, for me to find activities, for me to find. I'm not saying happiness, because happiness lies within ourselves, but mutual happiness to share with other people. You know, if we do lose a partner or we do lose a loved one and we find ourselves on our own, we still need human contact. We still need to be able to function the rest of our lives. I'm only in my middle 50s. So, you know, I could live 30, 40, 50 years from now. What am I going to do? Just stay at home for the rest of my life and never venture out and not see another soul and talk to other people? These questions in life are how we talk to ourselves. This is how I'm talking to myself in my head at the moment. You know, I don't know what my future holds at the moment, so I don't know which direction to go in next. I'm sorry if that was a bit deep. It just come out. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mary Beth. I didn't realise there was static. I didn't realise it froze. I'm just saying sometimes we have to internalise. I try not to do it too often, but, you know, those questions, why are we here, where are we going? Yes, I've had children. Yes, I've had a 23-year marriage. Yes, I've, you know, not built a home, but made a home and done all those things. And now it's, will that continue? Will I reap the benefits of that? Or will I be starting a new life on my own? These big questions are, how do you fill the next 30, 40 years? How do you fill that space, that void? You go out, you find activities, you fill something. You know, you have to keep moving forward and you have to reestablish yourself as a person. Yeah, these questions are whirling round in my mind at the moment, you know. So good enough for saying, Mary Ann, when I retired, after working for so many years as a registered nurse, 34 years, wow, then I needed to recreate myself. Guess I have to recreate myself many times over the years. Yeah, we do, you know, from a teenager to a wife to a mother, and we do that, yeah. From a young lady to someone in the midlife, and gradually as we get older, you know, there's so many different reasons why we have to recreate. We don't change as people, but we have to feel as if we have some value, feel as if we have a place in the world and we're not completely alone. And I think that's across the board, and I think everyone wants to feel valued, wants to feel as if they belong, wants to feel part of something. So Bridget's saying, oh, lost it, Bridget, sorry. Have you thought about getting a dog for companionship in the future? If you get the right one, loyalty will be rewarded. I understand that. I was brought up around dogs, Bridget. My parents bred Alsatians for the bulk of my childhood. And they were beautiful dogs, and I love dogs. I'm just not I've never had an animal, the whole of our married life. We never had any animals bringing the children up. We took them to zoos when we were out and going for walks and adventures, wherever they petted and enjoyed other people's animals in other people's homes. They've petted and enjoyed other people's animals. Across the board, many different types of animals. Both my sons absolutely love animals. You know, they've not been deprived not having an animal at home at all, a pet. I'm just not orientated to have a pet at home. As I say, I had that all through my childhood and my teens, living with my parents, and it's just not my lifestyle. I do appreciate them. I have allergies to cats, so if I stroke a cat and I touch my mouth, my lip will swell up, so a cat wouldn't be suitable. A few times a day, I'd have to clean dog muck up, and I know the loving and contentment an animal can give, and I do appreciate that, really do. And I love to see the love that people have for their pets, and they're so close. It's a family member, and I so appreciate that. It's just not something for me. Yeah. I think because I had it foisted on me for so many years, it just wasn't what I wanted. And I'm not anti-animal, I'm not anti-anything. It's just not for me in such close proximity for me to be responsible for that dog every single day. And I cuddle friends' animals, and I do like it. So Caroline's saying, I was married for 30 years, then got divorced. Since then, I've been to Mexico, Spain, Tunisia, and Greece. Started watching live tennis. So all was good. Got a rescue dog now, and we look after each other. Yeah. It's great to see you traveling the world, Caroline. That's absolutely fabulous. And I'm glad to see that you're happy with it too. After 30 years as well, it's a big difference to make a new life. Who needs to be blocked, Patty? Prepper Patty. So Pam's saying, Marianne, try not to think ahead about what may happen in your future. It may put you in depression. Me and my husband divorced and remarried each other twice, and we're going for third time, and he died. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Pam. Yeah. Obviously there was a lot of love there, to be remarrying. Yeah. There's a lot of work involved. It's a commitment, and it's two people, and both people have to feel valued and feel wanted and appreciated. So Good Enough says, when I became an empty nester, I went back to college. I earned a bachelor's and a master's and a doctorate. Fulfilled a lifetime dream. Wow, good on you. Good on you, Good Enough. That's absolutely fabulous. So what do you do with all that now? What do you use your doctorate for? Wow, that sounds great. Absolutely fabulous, yeah. I've had lots of different thoughts over the years, writing a book. I thought earlier in the year I'd have actually started writing lessons by now. It was something I looked at earlier in the year. And because of a lot of stuff that's been going on back and forth, I didn't actually find the space in my mind to actually go out and commit to that. Hopefully it's something I'll look at again in the future, regardless of the outcome of this, regardless of what happens. I think I do have to look at some fulfilling things for myself rather than just being available. So yeah, I think I'd have to look at something like that. But in life, the health hazards that are some of the issues I have, and I'm not making excuses. I can hear myself saying, "Oh, you're making excuses," you know. I don't know. Still have to chew around and see what I can do, see what I'd like to do, see what's available. So good enough says I have a few books in me, just lack any motivation currently. I'd love to write about my many experiences as registered nurse, quite varied experiences. Yeah. I mean, they reckon everyone's got a book in them, don't they? You know, and there's, I think I'd like to write a couple of books. There's a few different aspects and different threads I'd like to go down. Yeah. I haven't noticed I'm a cutie. I hadn't noticed anybody saying any negativity. I'm really sorry. I probably missed those comments. But if they're gone now, that's all well and good. I haven't noticed anything untoward. I probably missed everything down. Too busy waffling away, love. Yeah, Linda, I've started a few times as well and gotten so far and then not come back to it. A few little bits of poetry and and then I never get back to it, So good enough. I have only published one book, my doctoral dissertation entitled Looking Forward by Looking Back, an autobiography. An autoethnography. I don't know what an autoethnography is. Thank you, Rhonda. Amazing. After my accident, I wasn't sure what to do, but I retook my A-levels and did my certificate in early childhood and became a teacher until my health deteriorated. Wow, Bridget, I never knew you were a teacher. And I'm sure that would have been absolutely a big upheaval for yourself to not only come to terms with the accident and what's available to you and coping and going forward, how to function completely. And then you actually carried on with your education as well. Wow, you're a fighter, Bridget. And you were a teacher? Wow. What were you teaching, Bridget? Amazing, lady. Thank you, Phil. Thank you. We all are on different levels. We're all on We're all intelligent, but it depends. We've all got different aspects of what we're aware of, what we concentrate on, what we allow in, what we perceive to be acceptable. Yeah. We're all on different levels. Some of us are more intelligent to express and show our emotions or not show them. Is that intelligence? Some of us are more intelligent to speak, and some are more intelligent not to speak. It's a hard line, isn't it? Sounds airy-fairy, but it's not, It's knowing when to speak and not to speak, when to communicate, when not to communicate. If you never stop talking, it's not too clever. If you never start to communicate, it's not too clever. It's difficult. So Goodenough says, my real education came from all the people I met along the way, all so different, but I learned something from each one. They made me who I am. Exactly. And they're the blessings in life. Wow. Miss Bridget, I love being a teacher. I really did. I taught between 7 and 11-year-olds general teaching at junior level. Fabulous, Bridget. Has anyone started any more seed sowing or planting or anything yet? I saw Tessie had a load growing in different greenhouses was it today's video? And I was amazed to see everything she's got on the go. She's got quite a lot on the go there. And what's your weather like there now? Is it still cold? Are the temperatures picking up there? I bet you do, Bridget. Yeah. I miss, mine's on a different level. Mine was a cafe and talking to people and talking to different types of people every day. And yeah, okay, I was only cooking bacon butties and stews and curries, etc. But I so miss that, I've done other jobs where I've worked in insurance companies and different things, but I've never missed anything. Being account manager, business manager, and I've never missed any of that a second day. But selling the fruit, working the car boots, working in a cafe, my own cafe, I miss that like anything, because the communication and the contact you have day to day with all walks of life is amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. I don't miss white collar work at all. Blue collar work, white collar work, one or the other. So the Tinkerer's Wife, I just now got some of my seeds started here. Weather has been too cold and wet to garden much at all. I'm also renovating my small landscape at my new place. Oh, that sounds lovely. So what's your new place? Is a small holding, a farm, a homestead? What is it? Miss Homesteader. Have peppers, tomatoes and cabbage up. Just planted them last week. So much fun. Love looking forward to spring and digging in the dirt. Right now, after 14 inches of snow, we have mud. Yeah, bit of a slish slush. It's coming. The sunshine today is such a lovely indicator here that we're getting some nice weather soon. Temperatures aren't that bad. Yeah, I've got a thick woolly jumper on. There's no heating on, and temperatures aren't that bad. So you've got your potatoes, chit and pepper patty. An autoethnography is a in-depth analysis of several areas of my personal life. Tremendously insightful. Very good. Evening 75 dozen. Do you have a patio in the flat, Caroline? Can you put anything out on a patio, or can you do stuff in a window ledge? Or do you have a window that makes it available for you to have some sunshine in, so you can have something inside the area on top of a table or a fruit tree, something like that? You can get miniature fruit trees and different stuff. Right, so I've been on an hour and a half with you, and I'm glad to see you all. Is there anything anyone would like to discuss before I go? Anything about anything? What would you like me to do some videos on? What would you like me to cover? Is there anything in particular you'd like me to see me do, or have an attempt at? um, Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Roblox. Thank you, Rhonda. Any tips or hints? Anything you'd like me to do in the future videos? Thanks, Phil. I grew daikon radishes in a 5-gallon bucket. Brilliant. You can do. There's a guy who does some videos, English guy. I think he's in Yorkshire or somewhere, and he's called Homegrown Veg, and he grows everything in a bucket. He does his carrots in buckets, his potatoes in buckets, absolutely every vegetable you can come across, leeks, everything in buckets. And he does wonderful, and it's just such a small place he has, and he does all these different things in buckets. He's an amazing, an old boy, and he's an amazing guy. Homegrown Veg, if you're curious, to do bucket grown in particular. Yvette, I've actually videoed in one of the food initiatives, and just shown how well presented and how clean it is, and how it just looks like, a normal shop, but it's very clean and very well presented. I've actually done a video of one of the food initiatives. I don't think they'd like me to video in there anyway, but I don't like to get other people on the video, because some people wouldn't be okay with that. There are people like myself who are quite comfortable and don't mind being recorded in such facilities. Other people, it's their privacy and it's up to them, So if you go back and look, there is one video covering one in particular food initiative, and you'll see how lovely it is. I've seen people, Linda, grow the potatoes in the sacks or in the bags. I've even seen someone grow them in plastic carrier bags. In the At first, it used to be people using the compost sacks, but I've seen them in thin carrier bags. I've seen them in tubs. As I say, it's been the last couple of years. I grow them in the beds, and I put a layer of straw on top, and it keeps moisture in if it's hot weather. I think a layer of straw on, whether it's a bucket or whether it's a raised bed, helps tremendously. Yeah, but you can use any item to grow in. I say, if you can do it in a carrier bag, you can do it in anything. He's a good guy. He is. Hungry veg. I've seen that too, Linda. He's great. He's where I got the idea of the book. It's pretty sure he's in Yorkshire. His manner of speaking sounds Yorkshire. He's good. He was sad when his dog Molly died. He's a sweetheart. He is Prepper Patty. I'm so glad you've seen him. Yeah, he doesn't often show his face, but his voice is very distinctive, and he does some fabulous work. Funny you should say that, Stephanie. I will be recording more in the garden as the brighter weather and the warmer weather comes through. And I'm hoping to look at doing a tidy up video sometime next week. So, yeah, I'm glad you asked that because that will be coming up soon. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to love you and leave you. It's been so wonderful catching up with you all, and I'm so glad all of you came. We've still got 81 on. I'm sorry to leave so soon, but I do have to go to the bathroom. And I'm so pleased to have caught up with you all. That's my first solo done, and I won't be nearly as nervous next time. I'll say I hadn't prepped really. I hadn't looked at any news items. I hadn't thought about what discussions. I just wanted to communicate with you all and tell you I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to start producing more videos. And I'm absolutely loving the communication with you all, and I'm so thankful you're all here. So God bless, and I'll speak to you all soon. Good night, my lovelies.